But maybe in the beginning of this year, I got a request from the World Indigenous News. It's a Facebook page where they post news from indigenous people all around the world. And I was asked to write like a little thing about my past year, and what I'm looking forward to in 2026 and that kind of stuff. And I did it. I wrote a little thing, like a little, I don't know what to call it, like a little post about it. And I think it was like a week later, after they published it, the page just disappeared. It was deleted. So my post was also deleted, and the person that was running this Facebook page, he still doesn't know what happened to it, if it disappeared or like why it disappeared. He doesn't know why. So I just thought maybe I'll just try to kind of like record what I wrote, and I'm gonna kind of like say like I don't know, maybe I'll try to say like a speech or something, like, I don't know. But yeah, let's see how it goes. So I don't know, I'm just gonna think about it like a New Year's speech. I've seen the Queen holding speeches, or like the presidents and stuff. They do like New Year's Eve speeches. So let's say that I'm doing New Year's Eve speech at the moment. In February 2026. It's my New Year's speech. Another year has passed, and for me personally, 2025 has been a profoundly life-changing year. I have had to let go of projects, relationships, and beliefs I carried for a long time in order to focus on what truly matters to me. Throughout my life, I have felt a deep longing to understand how our forefathers lived, their way of being in the world. This longing has led me further along a path of decolonization. At the same time, it has brought me grief, as I see clear signs of colonization in some ways intensifying around us. The future of Sami culture rests on two essential and theoretically simple foundations. First, we need the new generation of Samis who wish to learn and reconnect with their ancestral lines and to honor them. Second, we need the real possibility to live according to Sami values, supported by laws that protect our land and our way of life. This means that we're living in a crucial moment in history. Assimilation pressures are strong, yet at the same time, there are more opportunities than ever before. I am glad to say that many young Sami today express a strong desire to continue their ancestral traditions. And also, there is a growing global awareness around sustainability and environmental thinking. I have seen the desire to live more according to the natural cycles of nature in both indigenous and non-indigenous peoples. This gives some hope for the future, to see so many people seeking to reconnect with pre-colonial values, such as seasonal cycles, celebrations of them, and also rites of passage. Still, I think the most challenging aspect of 2025 has been the ongoing conflicts concerning our land. For example, wind parks, mining projects, and land rights across Sámi that still threaten us, and there are still demonstrations going on. It is painful to see that the situation is not improving, sometimes even becoming worse. As long as we have land, our culture can be preserved. But without our land, Sami culture cannot exist, like it did for hundreds of years. Sami culture will be diminished in a major way. The sea Samis and river Samis and many forest Samis have already lost a lot of their practices due to the poor situations regarding fishing in the sea, our salmon rivers, and deforestation. After about 500 years of resistance, in 2025 we're still fighting the same battles that our forefathers did. Our rights to live as Sami people on the land we treasure. My highlights of 2025. One of the highlights of 2025 was my travels to Turtle Island and Hawaii. I went with a clear intention to learn how Sami people living far from Sámi relate to their heritage. Many Sami there struggle with the same questions we do at home, often in even more complex ways. Being so far from Sámi, and in some cases entangled in colonial histories themselves. During this journey, I also had the opportunity to learn from Anishinaabe people and other indigenous cultures, gaining perspectives that were both grounding and inspiring. These experiences gave me renewed clarity and motivation in how I want to work with preserving Sami culture. Seeing how other indigenous peoples engage in decolonization and reclaim their traditions, histories, and worldviews has been deeply motivating. 2025 has also been a strong year for Sami arts. Sami films have reached international audiences through platforms like Netflix. Sami productions have appeared on major opera stages in Norway and Sweden. Sami musicians have achieved chart success and won international awards. And Sami visual arts has been presented at leading institutions such as London, New York, and Okinawa, to mention a few. Sami art is clearly present on the global cultural stage. However, visibility in the arts does not mean decolonization has been achieved. This success does not automatically translate into land rights or the ability to live as Sami people. But still, I hope this attention can lead to greater understanding and eventually to stronger protection of our human rights and way of life. Looking ahead to 2026, I am hopeful. I am preparing to complete several long-term projects that I have been working on for years. If all goes as planned, my first book will be released, a children's story that highlights Sami worldview and old beliefs. And I'm also preparing a new album presenting traditional Sami yoiks. And both projects are deeply rooted in the Sami worldview and traditions. After this transformative year, I feel more determined than ever to bring these projects forward as part of a wider process of reconnection and decolonization for myself. So this was the article that I wrote, and I'm so happy that you're watching this video. I can't wait to share more videos with you from Turtle Island and my trip. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the rest of the 2026. Aina lämmäi!